Ladies and gents, welcome back to The Random. It's your host, Smallwood Worldwide. We're back again with another video, and today we're going to give you our quick and dirty walkthrough of Max. Now, you may know it as formerly HBO Max. HBO Max about a year ago merged with Discovery Plus, and now you have the new platform, Max. So let's dive into it. This is what you get here as it loads up. So ladies and gents, this is the home screen. You have home, series, movies, HBO native stuff. You got Bleacher Report Sports, also known as BR Sports, and you have news and beta. As you can see on the home banner, it's Asian American Pacific Islander month. So as they celebrate that, you'll get different things there. You come down to recommended for you, of course. This is based upon and curated on what you watch. So I think Max does a fantastic job of that. Of course, you get the traditional continue watching, things that you're watching. If you haven't seen Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, check that out. Absolutely amazing. Dune 2 is beautifully shot. That's what I got for you. So let's go down to today's picks. Again, similar to like your favorite music services, these things give you something to kind of look at and curate so that you can explore and expand your taste. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely going to check out that Summer Baking Championship. And of course, a little bit of comedy, 7 Days in Hell. You got to love that. So let's go ahead and scroll down. Again, with each passing month, in this case, it's Asian American Pacific Islander month. Big shout out there. You get to take a look at all of the things that you want to see. And I love it. They did a fantastic job here curating that list. Now you have live and upcoming. You have next up, and you get brand spotlight. I think brand spotlight is terrific. It gives you a chance to see all the different brands that are ingratiated under the Max umbrella. Of course, you know why I'm here, DC. You gotta love it. If you're into TLC, Discovery, and all that sort of thing, they have that for you as well. So feel free to explore. You get the top 10 series of today and things that are just added, right? So you can also see what's coming soon to Max. If you're like me and sometimes after a long day, you just want to sit down and look at some trailers. House of Dragon season 2 is coming. You already know what time it is. So pretty good. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's scroll all the way back to the top. Let's just hit that button. Let's go to series. Now, these are different series that you can kind of go to. Series for you. The top 10 series of today. The ones they have featured, of course. You can scroll across as you see by different genres. Adventure, survival, comedy, crime, documentaries. If you like me and you like some sci-fi and fantasy, you got all of the above there, right? There's literally something for everybody. If you like reality TV and you're into that kind of scumbag life, you can dive in there. Your 1,000-pound best friend, good luck with that. So let's just scroll back down. Of course, they have some things in alphabetical order, but that's great. Now, what about movies? When you click on movies, again, you come down to the banner, you scroll over, get to see what's featured. If you grew up how I did and you know anything about wrestling, you know the Von Erich family is legendary. They did a fantastic job with this movie. Shout out to Zac Efron and crew. So definitely check that out. You get to see some movies that are for you, of course, again, which is always good. Top 10 featured movies, of course. You kind of get the way that this thing rolls, right? Literally an endless reel of however you want your content curated. AAPI voices, right? If you're in the movie, look at A24. They have a fantastic collection. Let's just click on that for a second, right? Let's take a look. And you get to see a bunch of the movies that are on Max that A24 has created. I mean, listen, can't beat it. Really good. You got a long weekend or just some downtime or a flight. Great to download these things. The Middle Earth collection, the Harry Potter collection, which is vaunted. Everybody wants the Harry Potter collection. Sometimes it changed hands several times a month. You get a chance to go and check that out. Shout out to James Bond as well. Now, you get Max Gets Movies, Wonka, Aquaman the Lost Kingdom, a little bit of Barbie action, Color Purple, Dune, throwback to Casablanca. You understand. Now, let's go back up to the top. Now you have HBO. So if you're like me and you had the original HBO Max or the original HBO Go app, this is the kind of content you're going to find here. Again, the main banner has a lot of the HBO originals there. This is something that is always worth your while. Get a chance to kind of scroll through here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Also, shout out to Veep and White Lotus. If you haven't seen them, Trust me, well worth your time. Also, because you watch Succession, these are other shows they recommend, which again, shout out to Barry, another fantastic show. It does a fantastic job curating content for you. You get comedy TV. The further down you scroll, the deeper into the section you get. So in that case, HBO Originals. Now let's go to my favorite section, sports. Who doesn't like sports? I'm sure somebody, but this is not your part of the show. So as you can see, you get the Mets versus Dodgers today at 6:30. You'll get a chance to watch that. They do have live sports, and I think they have a contract where they show a certain amount from each of these leagues per year. And in some cases, the playoff games, if you notice, Minnesota Timberwolves, tick-tock goes the clock, baby. You don't want to get swept. Get out there, try to get the dub tonight. I know Ant-Man to do everything he can. We just need Rudy Gobert to show up. Otherwise, Dallas Mavericks are about to go to the finals, baby. So listen, you can check all that out on Bleacher Report Sports. And again, as it pertains to sport, there's literally something for everybody. You have soccer, of course, the most popular sport in the world. Hockey, you get top highlights, which for me, sometimes you don't always get to see the games live. And so this is an excellent, excellent place to kind of just catch up on a lot of what took place. Get your highlights a la Sports Center, but without having to go to ESPN and Sports Center. I absolutely love it. And it gets you back in the feel of the game. You also get the opportunity rather to watch full replays. I think that's fantastic. So again, a lot of live events, a lot of sports documentaries and, Hard Knocks and things of that nature. Check out all of this. I'm telling you, there's something for everybody. You get the up close and personal collection. Shout out to Shaq, Andre the Giant, Muhammad Ali. Look at that. You got Jeremy Lin. You got Serena Williams being Serena and Tiger Woods. Both were excellent. Well worth your time to peep. So again, you also get some shows there like Dan Le Batard. So if you love sports, you're going to love Max, because Max has Bleacher Report Sports. And last but not least, we'll dive into News Beta. Of course, as you can see, they have everything dealing with news up to the moment. These banners will change throughout the day. You get the latest news and talk. And what I like about this, guess what, people? You have the opportunity to not have to have live TV and still be kept up to the latest events. And I just think this is great. Of course, you get your current event documentaries and stuff, CNN status, as I believe they're a partner with Max as well, as you can see from the CNN original series. Anthony Bourdain, RIP, icon, a legend. Stanley Tucci, Searching for Italy. I've been watching that. That's absolutely stellar. Just give yourself some time to watch it. Check this out. The 90s. The 90s is absolutely incredible. It's well done, as is, guess what? The 80s and the 2010s and Chernobyl, the Lost Tapes. And they also have the Chernobyl TV show in here. So there's literally an endless pit of just whatever you like to watch. Pop culture documentaries, Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV. Made a lot of noise, I'm just saying. Amy Winehouse, listen. Max does a really, really good job in terms of what it does well. As you can see, let's click in here to the banner for Chernobyl. When you click in, and your internet might move a little bit faster than mine is at the moment, but you have the opportunity to see all the different episodes, get the extras, things you may like. And this was so well done, especially if you live through the time. You go in and click in episode details. You can add an episode to your list. You can watch trailers. It'll tell you who is starring in, who directed it, which, you gotta love the credits. This is just one of one. So let's scroll back to the top. Let's get back to the home page, right? So on the home page, if you slide over to the left, you notice you have home. You also have my stuff. And you have the search button. And of course, at the top, it'll tell you who in the upper left corner the profile belongs to. Let's just click on my stuff real quick. We don't need to see settings. Everybody knows what that looks like. I added some things here just so you get a sense of what my list would look like. So you have the 90s. Of course, who doesn't have Batman, the animated series? Literally the GOAT level cartoon series on television. You haven't seen it, check it out. The Regime is kind of entertaining there as well. You got Ricochet with Denzel, Blue Beetle, Veep, Birds of Prey. Listen, there's a lot of different things that you can add to your list. You can also remove them after you've watched them. But to that point, ladies and gents, this is time well spent. This is Max. Once again, you can pick it up in your app store, iOS and Android. We talked about the prices, but guess what? You can't put a price on your happiness. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again sooner than you think for a new edition of The Random. Shout out to Max. Peace.